Stop making faces. Okay, welcome. Normally we play our theme music, but in lieu of events of this week, hit it.
Again. L1 penalties and we're live. Hey, are you ready to get into it? I think they've heard enough of us, but I think they get the idea. Welcome back to No Onions, No Tomatoes. Chet and Christina.
What's going on? Hey,
look.
it snowed this week. I'm wearing my hat.
It's not even 30 degrees outside, and I'm barbecuing. I'm smoking some ribs and some chicken. Listen. Okay, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube page, No Onions, No Tomatoes. Go find us. Let's get into Texas and this cheating.
So, Kevin Harvick was pretty dominant last week. Wonder why. So we're not going to talk much about the race.
No. Okay, so this is what we'll talk about, right? Here's what we'll talk about.
All right.
Blaney got the pole. Blaney finished second. Kevin Harvick won the race, won both stages, dominating fashion, 177 to 337. Okay, go.
And there's penalties that were that affected some of our other chase drivers.
Right.
But anyway, then comes Wednesday. So we think Harvick's locked in with Logano. Only 2 spots left.
Yeah.
Who's going to transfer in?
Okay, so I'm going to put this in layman's term for you non-NASCAR people.
All right.
Imagine if there was a basketball game played.
Yes.
Say the Lakers were playing, and then LeBron hits a three-pointer at the buzzer to win the game, right?
Right.
And then 3 days later, after looking at the tape, they were like, "Oh no, that's wrong. So we're going to take that win away."
That's right.
That's kind of what happened here. Hit them with it. You want to know what they were doing? What were they doing?
We have props, people.
They were monkeying around with the spoiler.
And
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. So here's the thing. Then they come out. They don't appeal.
No, they don't appeal. So here's the deal, right? So you have to use the spoiler that NASCAR provides to the teams, okay? What they did was they manufactured their own spoiler, then offset it on the car to create more downforce, which they said didn't really make a difference. Then why are you doing it?
Yeah. And so penalty issued. It not just affects the points. It affects crew chief and car chief not being there for the next 2 races.
So this penalty ended up being an L1 penalty, which is the most severe penalty, and that ended up costing Kevin Harvick the win. His crew chief and car chief, which is literally like your coach and your assistant coach, are suspended for this race this week in Phoenix and next week's championship race in Homestead.
And this is his second one of the year.
Second one of the year. This actually happened earlier in the year at Vegas, just prior to Phoenix.
Right.
So they cheated. They did not appeal it. Now, I will say this. They took 3 cars back to the R&D center. That's what they usually do. They'll take the winning car, then they'll randomly pick 2 other cars. All 3 cars had an L1 penalty. They were all found to be illegal, but of course the only one that we really care about is Harvick because of the championship ramifications.
All right, well let's go over the 10, the top 10 from Texas. So, as we know, winner Harvick cheated, win taken away. The win's taken away for points. But it's still his 45th career win, and that doesn't get taken away.
Right.
That's weird.
Yeah, should be only 43 wins because the Vegas one should have been taken away too.
Ryan Blaney finished second.
Cheater.
His
car went back to the R&D center.
Joey Logano third.
Oh, the favorite.
Yeah. Oh, no. Eric Jones.
His car went back to the R&D center. Cheated.
Kyle Larson. Chase Elliott. Kurt Busch. Eric Almirola.
Is he still whining?
He's still whining.
Okay.
Martin Truex.
Is he still whining?
He's still whining. and Austin Dillon.
I love it. They all finished behind JoJo. It's freaking great.
Okay, so how did this all affect the points?
Holy mackerel. Let me pull in the high-tech telestrator so you guys can get a load of this, okay? So we're going to have two columns here, okay? You want to tell them about the columns because you did all this wonderful writing.
So, we, of course, have Joey up here, and he's locked in with his wins. Now, remember, only 4 drivers will transfer. So, currently, in this column, Kyle is 28 to the good, 25 to the good. Now, Kevin Harvick, instead of being locked in, is only 3 to the good. So, all these points for Kyle and Martin stayed the same. That wasn't the effect. The effect happens on Kevin Harvick on down. So, where Kevin Harvick was locked in and now is only +3, this affects the rest of the drivers who are trying to get into the top 5 or top 4. Kurt Busch was -25. Now he's only -3.
And that's his teammate.
Chase Elliott was -39. That's a ton of points. Now he's only -17. That's doable.
Right.
Almirola, -57, now 35.
Doable too. He has to have a phenomenal day, but doable.
Yes, Clint Boyer
still needs to win the race. It
was a 22-point swing.
22 points.
For those folks that were in the bottom 4 who are trying to do all things possible, get stage wins,
right,
finish high in the stages to get more points to transfer to the finale next week.
Literally anything can happen at Phoenix, and we'll get into that in the next half of this podcast. Now, I do want to talk about NASCAR's punishment and the way that they levy fines. I think the NASCAR needs to definitely have a conversation with itself and ask, do we want steroids in this sport?
That's what it's like.
And and you probably say the drivers aren't on steroids, but their cars are.
The cars are.
And there's an old adage in NASCAR, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Well, I don't necessarily agree with that, and I need to see fair competition on the track. I feel like if Kevin Harvick wins this championship, him cheating, no effect. 0 effect. And I think that there should be a bigger effect. I'm not rooting for him to transfer through into the Final Four.
And here's the thing. You might get one.
Right.
One L1 penalty. Like the most severe penalty. If you get one, maybe you get a chance to still race for the playoffs in the championship. But what if you had 5?
Yeah. What if you had 5 but you were still able to point your way through? How many times was he racing where his car was not legal? Is this car legal at Phoenix? We'll get into it, but these are all questions that we need to ask. We need to know, we need to figure out how we want our sport to move forward.
So here's the thing. He was penalized 40 points, but he won the stages. So he got 20 extra points.
Absolutely.
So he should be -60.
Yes.
And that would affect the points greatly.
It is no way NASCAR should have left him in a point situation where he was still in the top 4.
Well, the rules were the highest point deduction was 40,
Absolutely.
But that doesn't take into effect.
And you know what? No. You know what? NASCAR is good at changing the rules anyway. Just like with the Chad Knaus and Jimmy Johnson debacle that NASCAR had last Sunday, where they sent him to the back because nobody could count to 3 as far as how many times he failed pre-race inspection, and they literally affected him. I can't trust NASCAR to govern this. They've got to get this right. Okay, all right. Look, I don't want to go too much further into it. We're good to go.
All right.
We'll
regroup and talk about.
Yeah, I mean, just cheating, man. Just cheating, man.
Come on.
I mean,
it's just a little cheating.
Okay. Follow us.
No onions, no tomatoes. Facebook, like our page.
All right.
Like our page on Facebook.
Sorry, I'm gonna go shower off and get ready for the next one because I'm heated now.
Oh boy.
Woo!
Stay tuned.